Thank you very much, sir, Prince Samuel Adedoyin, for giving Arise News the opportunity to have this conversation with you on the occasion of your 90th birthday. Now, we would like to congratulate you, all of us at Arise News, and then to have this conversation with a man that is popularly known as the Prince of Commerce. But you didn't start as a Prince of Commerce. Anybody that checks your biography, we see that this is a story of, well, do we say from ashes to grace to becoming an icon. You were once a palm wine tapper at a time. Then you trekked 14 miles to be able to get a bus to bring you back to Lagos from Agbamu. And then you were a stowaway, intercepted in Takoradi in Accra, Ghana. And then you ended up being a houseboy to a man in Accra, Ghana. And then eventually you left the houseboy job and then began to sell on the streets, street trading. Within a period, you made some money, 48 pounds, and then returned to Lagos. When you got to Lagos, your mother had been spending up to about 50 pounds looking for you. You just handed over all the money to her. And then from that humble beginning, you started selling bags, fountain pen, and then you built this empire, doing group. From 1968 to date, 14 subsidiaries, and you've been into almost every type of business. How did you do it? What is the secret? Because all the odds were against you.
Good morning, Ruben, and your team. I'm pleased that after almost 30 years, when you first of all review the book that they wrote about me, you were the reviewer, and Bola Tinubu was there, Lai Mohammed was there at this event place in Lagos. I hope you remember.
Yes, sir.
And since then, I've been hearing about you. Thank God for where you are. God will continue to prosper us all. The story remains as it was then, as it was in that book. The only thing that God has been able to do, which is different from that time, is that 15-kilometer road, I've been able to tie it since then. I've been able to build a police station there. I've been able to build a church. I've been able to build a general hospital for them. And now I'm building a school of nursing and science there to help the community better and make the place a better place for living. That is how I've gone since we met last.
But the secret?
The secret...
Because it's not easy for somebody who started at the level you started to suddenly make it big. You even bought the house where you started, the place where you started trading from in Lagos, on Dosumo Street. What is the secret?
I think God Almighty is the secret. But step by step, He guided me. My philosophy or vision is that to make life better than I have met it. When we were selling on hawking basis, as me on the street, from there to shed selling, which I rented in Dumagbo from a man is passed now. What we have been doing is to move from one point to the other. Say, for instance, when we started buying from Auckland to holiday bags and bags, I think that one day I bought a blade, tear those back into pieces, look at how they show it, and so on. I think this can be made in Nigeria just by importing the materials. Looking that it's like a dress and something that can be put together. So I started, and it was becoming successful. So I tried to invite an Indian company to be a partner. But the price that they gave to me for buying the machine and everything was almost 5 times the actual cost. So I made the first trip to England to buy a single sewing machine. It was the one reigning, very popular then. So that's how we started with the 4 people behind my house in Ikoyi. As I built the first house through trading, I moved to that house at Romans Road at the age of 26. And within 6 months, we have to move to Adedoyin in Lagos Island. We lost almost 40 workers. From there, we moved to Ilupeju through expansion, employing over 200 workers. Then I look at other areas that this couldn't be where I'm supposed to be. We expand to umbrella making. And later I look at companies like PZ, Unilever, see what they are doing and how they are doing it. And I see that it is not impossible for me to move into that area. And especially they have appointed 1 or 2 as managing director, not 1 or 2 as managing directors then. That if they can manage it, let me see how they are doing it. So I started from one equipment to the other. Started during Babangida's time. It was Buhari, during Buhari's then that I started. But I finished the factory during Babangida. Babangida was the one who went to open the factory. And then we were able to employ almost 600 workers locally in Ilorin for producing detergent. So that's how, when I do this, it becomes successful. I try to go into the other one. And so far, so good. God has been kind.
Well, from that beginning, at this moment, Adedoyin Group has 14 subsidiaries. You are into real estate, you are into hospitality, you are into pharmaceuticals, and all of that. Now, if you take this whole range from petty trading to manufacturing, which of your businesses will you say has been most successful and has given you the greatest level of fulfillment?
The 14 conglomerates have been reduced to 4 or 5 for easy management. But all in all, as we're going through more businesses, I can see that we are not making as much as we used to do on industries. We lost substantial staff due to reduce industries management because of the foreign exchange shortage within the last 2-3 years. We have not yet recovered. We are still there. It's gradually coming up. But we are still making money in farming and hospitality in property development and other oil and gas and other areas.
But when you say foreign exchange scarcity has been a problem, from the Buhari administration to the Tinubu administration, we've been hearing creating an enabling environment for business, and the Tinubu administration insists that he's doing a lot to reverse whatever problems he inherited. What advice will you give government in terms of managing the economy? Because apparently the economy affects business.
I'm not a politician, mind you, but the situation has started to get worse before Buhari left. As you will know, they said that there are about over 7 billion backlog, which the old government have not been able to pay. So to get foreign exchange, right from that, was very, very difficult. And it continues to the beginning of Tinubu era. But within the last 3-4 months, things have become easier. You can get foreign exchange without going to central bank. You can apply. There's no bank now who say they cannot open letter of credit for you. So, and the money is stable. The beginning was very difficult, but it's easing up. I hope if they are able to continue the way they are doing, I think it will help the masses to get better in employment. My only additional advice is that people should be encouraged to go into farming, because you get to a lot of capitals, see people who can be developing food, producing farms for local and even export. They are looking for jobs in the city. My advice, which I have passed to the government in the way I know, was to government to encourage farming more aggressively in growing exportable products, which of course will still help the foreign exchange earnings, and growing local food will make the food becoming cheaper and affordable.
Okay, Prince, there's something called old money. You will fall within that category of people who made their money the old way, which is through hard work, through investment, through self-reinvention. Your friend Chief Razak Okoya will also fall into that category, the Odutola brothers and all of that. But there's a new generation of entrepreneurs in Nigeria today who have emerged. People whose source of wealth you may not know, but they just have a lot of wealth, and the work element in terms of what they did to stumble onto that wealth, they are called the nouveau riche. What do you think is responsible for this difference between your generation and these people who just spend money for a living without evidence of work?
My answer to that is I have some children, because before I allowed them to work with me. And later I think it is better to go into their own world, fend for themselves, but make them very close to me, sharing what they are doing with what I'm doing. They think I am not doing enough by not going into latest IT technology. Some of them have been able to employ several hundred of workers through export from products in Nigeria to even Zimbabwe, and they told other 2 or 3 countries where they are exporting. And they said that through IT, a lot of Nigerians are making money. Details of what I do not know. But it turns out, if you look, say for property side, if you own a land, however small in Victoria Island, if it is up to 1,000 square meters, you're already a billionaire, because the land has gone beyond 1 million per square meter. So if rent is going up and up and up, and people are paying. So I do not know whether it is only through that, but the much I know is that they are saying they are using modern technology, which we don't have during our time.
Okay, but you say they export, raw materials. So which is better, to export raw materials from the country and make money, or to develop local industry?
Well, what I know is that it is better for them to develop locally. They themselves told me that they are buying some machinery to be able to develop some of what they are exporting locally. But both in Nigeria and Africa, what I am told is a lot of materials which need modern technology that they don't have capital of. I think my advice is government has to be able to try to make the capital available to help the upcoming who wants to go in that area to be able to develop what they are exporting to local market, like what they're exporting to China, for instance. A lot of this thing have been exported to China. If they can have the equipment of doing it locally, it will help the younger ones, not only in making foreign exchange, but giving employment to the unemployed people. I think the government should try to look into that area to help the upcoming ones, and also train people where necessary, encouraging them to know, because Nigeria have best of brains in the world. If you look at it, there's no country in the world that Nigeria is not making waves. So if they are encouraged to be able to do that here, I think it will help the economy, and we will be able to lead economically in Africa.
Okay, what is the future of Adedoyin Group? Because succession is always a problem for many founders of businesses, leading entrepreneurs. Sustainability is a problem. So what is the future of the Adedoyin Group?
First of all, God owns the future. But what I try to do is that not all those who are my children are interested in what I am doing. But what I'm doing is to encourage those who are interested in what I'm doing to be a part of me, putting them to board now, even though they're still working on their own, to be able to manage what I am doing and to make a provision for fund in whatever I'm able to leave to continue to invest more. I've seen one or two who is very much interested in what I'm doing and who are interested in the future of the country. Out of my children, only one works outside the country. I made her to be coming home regularly. The rest are here so that they can be part of what I'm doing and be able to be part of the country so that they can be able to to move forward from what I will be leaving behind, God's helping.
You are not thinking of maybe listing the Adedoyin Group on the stock exchange? So that it's not just remaining at the level of family.
If you look at it, the reason why I'm a bit doubtful about that, you remember that UAC have almost 16 companies manufacturing in Nigeria. Lever Brothers has many of that, but many are not successful. UAC are folding up. You remember that if there will be a budget announcement, they will contact or seek the opinion of UAC, company like that, to put their own input into the budget at that time. But many of the companies that are listed being successful now are not manufacturing. Many, if you look at it, are banking and other something, which in my own area of investment may not be the way, but to get and look inwards from children who have the aim and ability to move forward where I will leave it.
Okay, if I may ask, I know that Africans don't like to talk about this. How many wives do you have? How many children?
There is nothing to hide, and I have 10 children. I used to have married before, but for the God has recalled us at now, for the last 40 years, I have one wife, and you know her, is still with me.
But the children, how many?
I said 10.
10 children.
10 children.
Okay, but on the occasion of your 90th birthday, now you are still working very hard. You even got here at the venue of the interview before me. Now, what's the motivation? I mean, to keep going even at 90, early morning you are already in the office. Many of my generation cannot even wake up early. But what is the motivation for this persistent discipline and hard work?
Well, my own, first of all, is that I still see that I can contribute to the development of this nation. Last year, I was able to build and donate an IT center to LASU. I'm planning other things. But also, Ruben, you have to remember, if you buy a Rolls Royce, which is one of the best cars in the world, and you don't use it for 6 months, if you want to go out after 6 months without servicing, it wouldn't kick. So my own, I think the body is made like an engine. Each of the parts of the body must work to make it to function, to avoid dementia or having such kind of diseases which can happen if you don't use the body I think that my advice is you should work as much as God made it possible. And God still made possible for me. So I will continue to work as much as long as God permit me to do. And my advice is to everybody who will care to listen, to follow.
Okay, philanthropy. Let's talk about philanthropy. You've mentioned some of the projects you did in Agbamun, nursing school, road, police station, and also the ICT facility you donated to the Lagos State University. Now, you've also done a lot for the handicapped, setting up.
And we are giving a lot of scholarships, and we are still doing that.
Okay, so
I have for many of those who have given facility who are now professors, helping me in the development of what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so what would be your advice to the younger generation?
Is to do the same, because there is a limit to what you can spend if God bless you. Well, Nigerian food is not that expensive. You live in your own house. The rest is to serve humanity. My opinion and advice is that people should, I'm not saying they shouldn't provide for future, but also spend part of it to help humanity.
Okay. Now, I see that you are a very strong Christian, a member of, I think, Redemption Pavilion. Now, by the younger generation, they say, well, it's easy for people who have made it, wealthy people, wealthy entrepreneurs, to worship God. After they've made all the money, what else can they do other than to worship God?
My own, I started with God. Of a fact, when I was an Anglican and now in Redeem, the only thing I gain is learning the Bible. God has made me to believe in Him. And God has not make it possible for me to think otherwise. When they talk of making money, how will one make money if you don't advance in the area of a gift that God has given you? I know you about 30 years ago. You are still advancing in your area of knowledge, the same way I am doing. But for God guidance and protection in the area of what you are doing, you need God guidance and protection. That is why I think people continue to need God in their daily life.
Okay, so as we begin to wrap up, now looking back, since 1968, before 1968, what would you say have been your most memorable moments?
That I cannot remember. I know in life there are up and downs, and I know I have gone through several. I have not thought about it, so I will not be able to give you an answer. Maybe when next I will cross your path in this kind of interview, I will think about it. But generally, I have to thank God for what God Almighty has done for me. He has been able to bless me with good health. And I have never done any government contract. I've never asked, and I will not ask. And there's enough of people who believe in what God has given them, and a lot to do in Nigeria still that can make them to be self-employed and have success. And that is my advice. But in every area, one should put God first for guidance.
And by being so energetic at 90, I mean, people talk about health regimen, maybe exercise, maybe going to the spa, or eating certain things? And do you have any kind of strict health lifestyle codes that you observe?
Well, as at now, I've reduced my eating in young.
Pandemic.
Yes, to more fruits and vegetables that will make the body to have enough resources to be able to boo-boo in time, to go to the toilet in time. Things that you can do to help your brain and your body system more than I used to do, but I still take my Pandedium.
Okay, well, final question. Any regrets? Is there anything you wish you could have done that you didn't do, or something you did that you regret?
Well, I wish maybe if I have gone to Moscow, then that I will know more and achieve more than what I have achieved, because I think knowledge is power. So I will advise that people should try to learn more in all areas of life, and also listen to the news all over the world to know what the world is doing, and will help one also to be able to plan his own life and not be put in a corner not knowing what is happening. So as a newsmaker, you know what I mean by that. That's my advice.
Well, on that note, we'd like to thank you very much, Prince Samuel Adedoyin, for joining us on this program at Arise News. And once again, we wish you a very happy 90th birthday celebration. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, Ruben, and your team. I don't know. It takes so many equipments to be able to get news to the world. I wish you more success in your area of your chosen field, with God's guidance, good health, and long life. And same for your team as well, in Jesus' mighty name. Many thanks.